Hey, hello, New Earth Tribe. Me and the shamanic dog Mia are so freaking excited, aren't we, little dog? Yep.
How are you today, sister?
Oh, so good. Sitting here, calibrating the frequency of this transmission so it would meet the frequency it would meet in between timelines with the internet, so we could find a way.
I think that's what it was, eh? I honestly think because we were having this conversation and it just didn't work. And I was like, what's going on?
So it's an honor to be here. It's a pleasure to be here, and we're going to have lots of fun.
Yeah. So, what are we talking about today?
Oh, we're talking about ascension, and more specifically, the difference between expansion, evolution, and ascension, and how there's so many different realms of existence that we can choose to do all of this in, that there truly is no such thing as one reality, one truth. And that if we ever find ourselves stuck in a, this is the truth, there are, insert whatever, galactic wars, then we're literally painting a box around ourselves. And so we are dissolving boxes. We are activating, access into so much more of the universe. And I'll be channeling a beautiful activation for you all, for you to be able to embody more light in your field, because the more light we can hold, the more love we can hold, the more of the universe we have available to us, meaning we travel the universe and all the different realms and all the different realities and timelines with our frequency. And so when we anchor into higher frequency realms of existence, we unlock totally different realities. And this is what we're doing. We're building a whole new infrastructure right now for us called New Earth. New Earth exists in a totally different realm of existence than the old Earth. And we're now taking this journey, of beautifully releasing density, releasing, emotions we never processed, releasing traumas, releasing beliefs, releasing templates and programming that is limiting us, and taking it all off to, anchor into a whole new part of the universe. And so, yay, that's what I'm sharing today.
And that's so powerful. Like, just as you were speaking, I was just kind of seeing how, you're talking about these, you did the flag thing. There's a spiritual war going on, and it's really interesting because those perspectives, it starts with our perception, right? Our perception of reality is we're looking through, like you did that thing with like the goggles. It's like we're looking through a filter, right? And there are infinite different filters out there that you can put on. And, a lot of the time, as we're going through this ascension, we're awakening, we're becoming aware of what's going on in the world, especially I feel with like what's happening right now on the planet, especially with a lot of the things that have been happening behind the scenes that are coming to the surface. People that don't know about a lot of that stuff that happens in the world, they start diving down these rabbit holes, right? And when you dive down these kind of rabbit holes, they get caught up in the energetics and they put on the conspiracy goggles as an example, and then they see through that filtration system, and then their whole experience, their quality of life reflects that, right?
Yes.
And that's where you can get stuck.
Yeah, and so this is where expansion is about exploration. Expansion, we get to expand, evolve, and ascend. They're very different things, though. Expansion means that we explore and we expand our mastery. And so we could enter the underworld, lower realms of existence, and learn about all the crappy things going on in lower realms of existence. And we could be really knowledgeable on that, but that doesn't mean that that's the whole universe. There are realities, and there are realities and versions of Earth that don't have any of that going on. Shared reality simply means that all of us overlap our version of reality to create shared reality. And if more of us let go of strings of attachment to drama, to the underworld, and anchor more into higher realms, then our shared reality, of course, continues to ascend with us. Ascension means that we are holding more light in our field. So if something activates fear and scarcity, we choose, because we've got choice. So we choose to release that release the attachment, close down those timelines, anchor into higher timelines. And of course, that means we're adding a totally different frequency imprint onto the shared reality matrix. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And it's so like, and that's not to say that we don't expand, you know, like some of us, we want to know, like, you know, most of the people in this collective are mission souls. You came here and you agreed to take the ascension journey. You agreed to come and anchor into a physical body with your beautiful soul codes, to add these codes to the collective grid, which is creating shared reality. And we chose, right, to come here for a reason. We chose to come here for a lot of us because in the lower realms of existence, there are some pretty crappy things happening to souls that are, you know, that are within Earth. Now, that's not to every soul on every part of Earth, you know, yet there's a lot of people suffering because these realities exist, because these realms exist, right? And for that, we said we'd take human form. We'd anchor our codes, our higher light codes. We'd take the journey of ascension to hold the frequencies of love, of, you know, of presence, of remembering who we are, so we could thereby shift the collective to a whole new platform of existence, which means that those lower realms get shut down, that the souls in this new range, the beings that are doing all the crappy things in those lower realms literally can't see us when we shift. We're invisible because everything's frequency in the universe. And sometimes, you know, on our journey in our expansion, when we're expanding and we're exploring a realm of existence, our reality, we forget this one thing. We forget that the universe is vast, the quantum is vast, every possibility exists. And the reason why these realms were created was because we create, you know, we create with our thoughts and our feelings, and we have created realities that aren't so friggin' lovely because we've thought them into existence. We've imagined them into existence. And this is what it means to be a creator. We're creating worlds all the time in the quantum. And then, you know, we get this experience of them. And so, you know, we now get to be a little bit more, what's the word, conscious with our creations.
Absolutely. And this is really, really powerful because, you know, what you're explaining is you're explaining the matrix that we've been talking about, a lot of it over the last few days, more like a physical level, like, you know, what we see in society and the systems and the corporations that are set up in the physical world. But what you're doing now is you're taking the matrix and you're looking at it from the energetic quantum level. And the interesting thing about this, and I think this is why this is such a powerful, potent conversation, is because you know, a vast majority of the planet is controlled by these matrix systems. And the way that people are controlled by these is that they, you know, for example, I'm just going to give a couple of examples. Like, let's look back earlier this year when there was there's a huge racial war that kind of played out on the planet, right?
Yes.
Whether it was orchestrated or not, I'm not going to dive into that conversation now, but let's just look at that as an example. Now, there's many different angles that you can look at that situation from, right? There's the angle from the actual racist people and how they see the reality. There's the victims that are actually have been oppressed for generations, their perception of reality. There's the people that are like trying to stay neutral, and then there's everyone else in between that, right? Now, regardless of what angle you're looking at this situation from, whether you're on the positively polarized, negatively polarized, or somewhere in between, as long as you feed mental and emotional energy into the construct, what it does, it doesn't matter what side you're on, it feeds into the paradigm. It feeds into the
it feeds into creation of the shared reality, you know. And it's kind of interesting too, because this one piece, this one hypnosis that so many souls are under, which is that there's one reality, because we haven't been taught how. We didn't go to quantum school, you know, so high school, primary school. No one taught us how the universe works. And even quantum physics and the study of those things doesn't even touch on, what's actually going on. And the mind finds it so hard to understand. Actually learn the quantum through the heart field, not the brain, not the mind. But we call back this memory. And it's kind of interesting because how I can associate to this, and for me is, there's a planet Earth, and I'm right now, it's kind of funny, but I live in Melbourne, Australia, which, by the way, used to be one of the best cities to live in, and right now in shared reality, it's not. We are the people where I live in lockdown. There's a 5 kilometre, which I think is a 3-mile radius that you're allowed to go outside. There was a curfew up until not that long ago. Everything's closed. There's only like food available. And yet here's the thing, right? In that one reality, even though, it's not awesome, depends on what realm of existence we're tapped into, what frequency we're tapped into to determine how we experience it. So for myself, my best friends just so happened to move close to me literally just before this lockdown. So we're super close. Yes, we're outside of the 5 kilometre radius, but to be honest with you, all these shops have been shut down, no businesses like are trading, yet somehow I was able to manifest the fact that they created this new rule under lockdown where if you live alone, you're allowed to have people come to your house outside the 5 kilometre radius to visit you. So now my nail technician can totally come and do my nails, my eyelashes. I'm not missing out in any way, shape or form. I've got my friends, my family. I've been traveling around. Here's the best part. I've been traveling around Melbourne, going way outside my 5 kilometres. If any of you dob on me, and I have not seen any policemen. There's no policemen in my reality. Please know that there are different sets of realities. There is not one reality. There's different realities. A couple of months ago, the reality that I was on of planet Earth, there was experiments being done. Quantum technology was being pumped into Australia to generate fear. And there was literally like quantum technology being used into this island, Melbourne specifically. They were experimenting with, how they could continue driving fear into people. So
same in New Zealand.
Yeah. And so here's the cool part, right? So when this happened, I was guided to stop anchoring through the grids of the land. So when we send an anchor cord, which I'm going to take you all through later, we send an anchor cord from the base of our spine into the heart of Gaia, and this has us ground and anchor and, continue ascension in our physicality, so we're not all over the place and a bit lost in the quantum, right? Now, I was guided to stop anchoring through the grids of Australia because of this technology. And so I started to send out my anchor cord into the middle of the ocean, which was friggin' cool because I could see it going and seeing all the dolphins and the whales, and it was just so much more fun. And anchoring through there, so I wasn't intercepting this quantum technology on the grids of Australia, right? And I was just purely friggin' tapping in and requesting to be anchored into the highest realms of Gaia as I anchored and connected to her heart, crystal heart, right? And you that don't know what I'm talking about, I will cover that later. Now, then I was like, I was asking, is this still there? Is this technology still there, or has Gaia purged it? Because it was like Gaia was like not having any of that. They found a way to bypass her systems, but she was spitting it out. Anywho, I get guidance to say I'm no longer in that reality. I'm not on that planet Earth anymore. I've taken all my clients, all my tribe with me into a whole other reality where that technology was never activated. And this is what it means to choose higher realm ascension. This is what it means to intend every day, to be anchored, to ask your guides, please anchor me into the highest realms of Gaia today. See yourself anchoring to the higher realm heart, because there's so many different choices. There are so many beautiful councils of light across the galaxy universe, interdimensionally supporting our ascension. yet we have to choose. They are so there sharing codes, supporting us, yet if we don't choose, then do you know what I mean? And there could be some funny things going on in physical shared reality, yet we can always anchor into a higher realm of existence, which means we unlock higher realities, different realities. And yes, somebody else could be anchored on a whole other reality, because there is no one reality. We literally each have our own reality. And this is how we function. We're sharing a reality. When we connect with other people, we kind of blend realities. And this is why I don't recommend people watch the news, because what realities are you letting into your grid, into your... And this is why we get to be conscious of what environments we hang out in, and also where we expand, and if we wish to expand in the underworld, and we wish to expand in all the horrible things going on, then they're the realities that we've got strings of attachment to, which actually in lower frequency, we're experiencing not as much awesomeness. We have the choice, though, to ask. We have the choice to remember that there is no such thing as truth, that there's all truths. And I'm super excited to continue and start the activation now, actually.
Yeah, you that was a beautiful introduction, and there's a quote that just comes to mind, that all truths are but half truths, from the Hermetic principles, and it's just because it's all just an expression of the Creator, all of it. So there's no right and wrong. It's just down to where you choose to go.
That's right.
And now you're going to show us how to do that, right? Amazing. So guys, I'm actually going to let Gabby take this. I'm going to let her do her thing, and I'm going to turn off my screen. I'm going to go watch. I'm just going to watch as an observer, as a spectator, and as a student. So I'm very excited. So much love to you guys. I'll be coming right at the end of this. I'll come back on. But yeah, let's do it, fam. Much love, Gabby.
Yay. Once upon a time, you as a soul, before you took human form, you went up to source and you said, you know what, I'll do it. I'll become a human and I'll come to earth and I will, I want to support the evolution and ascension of the universe. What can I do? And Source says to you, well, you can go in and we can code into your soul blueprint contracts and pathways, pre-create your life on this planet, where you agree to take a journey of expansion, of evolution, and of ascension. And the little soul you said, Source, well, what do you mean? What's the difference? What's the difference between expansion and evolution and ascension? Good question, said Source. When we look at these three frequencies, expansion it's mastery of something. And so we expand our, scope. It's when we spend a fair bit of time somewhere and we get a lot of depth around something. Evolution is where we go beyond that and we evolve past that, and we are able to access more than we were before. And so if we look at it from this perspective, then, as third dimensional beings, we have all been evolving and receiving fourth dimensional evolution. Fourth dimension is the dimension where we're able to travel, into different realities, choose timelines, understand and call back our quantum. This is where we've got access to more of our DNA. Yeah, as we evolve, we activate more of our DNA. We have, all of a sudden we're able to channel, we're able to call back all these soul gifts. We have all these different, what some people call superpowers, yeah? And then of course we continue evolving. Yet evolution itself simply means that there is more function, yeah? And just because we have more function doesn't mean that it's all complete. Ascension is the difference. Ascension means that we activate the capacity to hold more light, hold more love, hold higher frequencies within our field. And this changes everything. There are beings in the universe that have evolved to understand technology, evolved to understand quantum technology, you know, like space travel, all sorts of things, technology that literally puts, you know, Earth's technology to shame. It makes Earth's technology look like the wooden wheel. Yet that doesn't mean that these civilizations have ascended. It doesn't mean that they have activated more love in their field, more oneness. Ascension ultimately means that we are taking this journey where we, yes, expand, we experience, we evolve, and we call back so much more. We've got access to so much more. And when we add ascension onto it, it means that we take the journey to let go of fear, let go of densities, call back and hold more light, to hold more abundance, to hold more love in our field, and to be anchored in those frequencies. So thereby we can actually create more higher realm experiences. It doesn't mean that we never experience density. It means that we observe density differently. When we have the ability to hold more light in our field, hold more love in our field, we then embody our higher self and our soul. We're able to fully embody and blend with our higher self and our soul, which means that we no longer jump, you know, from what we call personality or ego. It's not this like, oh, let me meditate so I can connect to my higher self and soul. We simply are this. This is what ascension is. Ascension is choosing to hold more love and light in our fields. And that means that if we choose a path of ascension, if we choose to, you know, expand and experience and evolve and call back so much and have access to the universe, to different worlds, to different planets, to different civilizations, to choosing, changing timelines, to creating, you know, completely different realities and worlds to live in, then if we also choose to ascend, it means that we are activating more and more of our heart field. We know that ascension happens through the heart field. We can evolve through the mind. We can remember. We can change consciousness and, you know, and be able to receive some of the beautiful coding. But just because we have quantum access doesn't mean that we're anchored into the highest realms that are available to us, you know. And if we are going into the quantum, into the, you know, the fourth dimension where we've got access to so much, where we're literally, you know, like we're accessing all the different realities. And to put it to you like this, whoopsie, here's a slide I prepared for you earlier. When we evolve, we are able to navigate and create realities, shift to realities consciously. Until we access this part of ourselves, until we anchor into the fourth dimension and learn how to do this, we're kind of shifting realities unconsciously, and we all shift realities. Every one of us has experienced how our frequency changes things, that when we're in so much abundance and flow, everything flows. And if we're in fear and scarcity, problems occur. That's because we're moving to realities constantly, right? Yet, because here we remember that we remember that there is not one reality, that there are many realities that we have created as the fact that we are creators and co-creators. And then we get to choose which realities we wish to play in. Ascension means that we choose to play and anchor in the realities that have a dominant frequency of love, that have a love for self and a love for others, that truly have compassion and care and, you know, such a beautiful give and receive cycle active. There are souls right now that are really beautiful to others, yet their relationship with themselves requires to, you know, ascend to higher realms of existence where they love themselves. We learn to love ourselves. We activate more love for self and others as we take this journey. And so how do we know? how do we know what realm of existence we're hanging out in? Because there are so many different versions of reality. There are many, many different versions, and we can jump, we can choose to shift. And we do this with, like I said, choice of what realm. Well, if what we're receiving and if what's around us is, having us feel the frequency of fear, of scarcity, then we then know that we are currently expanding and playing around in a lower realm version of reality. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not real. It just means that we're over here on this reality. And if we choose to move up to here, and we can, and for this journey to occur, we let go of, we take the journey of, shifting ourselves. And ascension really does look like this. It's a releasing of density. And right now, so many souls are going through this, in the sense that there's purging happening. There's purging happening from our subconscious minds right now. This purging that is happening right now it's literally like trauma, unprocessed emotions from this lifetime, other lifetimes, parallel lifetimes. Like there is, so much going on, and we're feeling these shifts, and it's coming out through our field. Some of us are going through big purging, and we can feel emotions. We can, we can feel like anxiety or fear or sadness coming out of the blue. This is because it's leaving the field. And as we are receiving light codes, as we said, yes, I will take the journey of ascension, then that is not in alignment with our truth, that is actually birthed from the 3D matrix is leaving the field. There are 3 windows to look through, and so many more, but 3 I wish to share with you today. And they are addictions and attachments to lower realm money, to power, to 3D success at the cost of others. And so when we look at, if there's addictions to the need of money creating security, then you could find yourself right now being shaken up a little bit about this, because it's coming home to the truth that abundance is all there is, that we create realities, that we are creators, that anything that we've placed outside of ourselves, any power that we've placed outside of ourselves is actually not in alignment with us holding more light and holding our soul frequency and embodying our soul frequency. Yeah. And so please know that whatever's purging, whatever challenges had right now, these are because there's shifts. As we shift from a set of realities into a new set of realities, there's things that we let go of. And so we let go and we let go, and then there's more light that we hold. In order to support this journey the most, it is choice, and it is our choice gets to be, we can either be right, or we can choose to anchor into higher realms and shift into whole other realities. So what that means is we can either look around our reality and see things that aren't awesome, and it could, see things that we don't really enjoy, and we could complain and we could bitch and we could, beat our drum, of this is not fair. Or we can remember that we co-created, we allowed ourselves to anchor into this reality. We can look for the lesson, we can look for the gift, we can choose a different reality, we can choose to raise our standards, we can choose to go, okay, well, this happened, this is that, I now choose to leave that reality. And we can choose to every single day anchor into the higher realms with our intention. Our intention is everything. Yet most of us, and not all of us, but a lot of us aren't intending our days, our afternoons, where we've been taught, we've been trained, we've been programmed to react. We've been programmed to react to reality, because when we react to reality, we then stay within a cycle and we stay within that set of realities. And well, it's just not who we are. We are creators. We came here to create realities, not to continue staying in realities. Yeah, we're not a hamster on a little hamster wheel, yet if we look around and we allow ourselves to, to get stuck in some lower realm experiences and we believe them to be true, then we stay there. Whereas if we go, okay, that's one part of the universe, I don't choose that anymore. I choose to go into another part of the universe where none of that's there. I choose to leave behind the need for myself to be approved of by society. I choose to let go of my need to have money give me abundance and safety. I choose to call in higher realm money that comes to co-create and build and create art and explore and play and evolve and ascend with me. I choose to no longer need to appear successful, to have the approval of all the people around the planet that I don't even know. I choose to know that I'm a powerful co-creator and a creator. I am successful. I was chosen. I was birthed. There's no mistakes in the universe. There's nothing to prove. There's simply a universe to explore. I choose to anchor into being present. I choose to anchor into being successful because I'm alive, because I can see and touch and smell and taste this life. I choose to be successful because I know I'm blended with my soul. I know I'm happy. I know I'm fulfilled. I know I continue growing and ascending and doing good by others. I am successful because I'm proud to be me. I am successful because I honor myself. I love myself and others. And we can choose to let go of realities where power is valued, status where people are put on pedestals because of the power and the status that we have. We can choose to completely dissolve all pedestals. We can choose, if we wish to completely just go whoosh, there's no more pedestals. We are all one, and shifting to realities of onenessness. And we do this by choice. We do this by remembering that there is these realities and more available to us. And so from this place, I would love to take you on a beautiful little activation and journey as to what I do every single morning without, this is literally what I do as part of my intentions, what I share with my beautiful soul tribe clients that I serve in order to navigate this beautiful, vast universe, because at every given moment, there is so much choice. And if we don't have precise intention, if we didn't go to quantum school and learn how to choose to navigate this universe and how to travel the universe with more precision, then we kind of end up all over the shop or stuck, going between one or two realities, boop, 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 thinking it's all there is in the universe. And so my beautiful friends, if you would love to choose even more right now to not just expand, not just evolve, to also come and ascend, to ascend and anchor into higher realms, to hold more light, to be an even bigger beacon of light and possibility and creation on this planet, then I invite you to this beautiful higher realm ascension activation. And before we do this, it's knowing and remembering that we are a multidimensional being, and where we connect, where we anchor into will determine what part of the universe we're playing in. So right here in front of you, if you're watching the screen, is a beautiful image. This is a column of Ascension image that was designed by Pippa, who's a beautiful, amazing artist. If you want to reach out and find out more about her, feel free to. All the artwork I'm about to share is her drawings. I download stuff, she draws them. This particular piece she actually received after doing this activation and shared. And so what this is there are 3 different portals that we wish to activate every single day in order for us to be in our column of ascension, in order for us to be choosing ascension, which means that we're actually choosing to continue raising our frequency, holding more light every day, and therefore having access to so much more of the universe, right? And leaving behind lower realms, lower realities, scarcity, fear, just leaving those places behind, leaving those realities behind and closing those timelines for good. Now, the three portals are our heart portal, our beautiful heart. This is the portal into our soul and into higher dimensions. This is where we can receive so much more. This is who we are. Then there's the heart of the earth, because we are here in physical form, and our ascension, as we shift into our fifth and sixth dimensional expression of ourselves, is to embody our soul. Yes, our bodies are transforming, and yet we are taking our physicality with us as we ascend. We are evolving and ascending in physical form. There are, of course, civilizations that have released their physical forms in ascension. We're taking physicality with us. So the most important thing is to be anchoring and sending an anchor cord, an energetic anchor cord, which I'm going to take you through in a moment, into the very heart of the planet. Yet, when we send it through, we intend for it to anchor and lock into not the higher realms of the realities that you're on, because this will shift you to higher realities, the highest realities available right now, with the highest timelines available right now. Cool? And then we send a cord, to anchor us into our soul star portal. And this ensures that we're in alignment with our soul signature frequency, our soul family, and we're connected to that streamline channel. This is our column of ascension, activating our soul portal, our heart portal, and the heart of Gaia herself, yet activating the link and the connection point to the higher realms of Gaia. Now, when we've done this and this is active and we've chosen and we choose ascension, we choose to anchor into higher realms every single day, every week, every month, we call back so much more because there's more light coding available. The highest memory of our soul, is anchored in higher realms, in higher dimensions where the frequencies, it's a higher frequency. In order for us to be able to call back those memories, call back those gifts, those capabilities, we need to be able to hold more light, more of the higher frequency stuff. So I trust this serves. I'm going to take you through the process. I'm just sharing with you now. This is every day we are anchoring in. And sometimes you may choose to activate this, sending an anchor cord from the base of your spine into the higher realms of Gaia, sending an anchor cord from the top of your head all the way up into your quantum, anchoring into your star portal, into your star heart, and breathing into your heart field. You could do this a few times a day as you're anchoring into higher realms. The other two tools I wish to share with you, which is super awesome, are these. So right in front of you on the screen is a beautiful fourth dimensional technology. This is a shield. It's a golden egg shield. This particular shield itself is, it does so many things. One thing it does do that's really helpful is it actually blocks lower frequency radiation, 5G frequency, from entering the field. So our frequency is everything. The more light we can hold, the more universe we have to explore. And so we want to ensure that, we're taking care of our frequency and we're not letting things in that can scramble it, jumble it, lower it, right? And so I'm also going to be activating this beautiful golden egg technology shielding around you all and showing you that you literally just, once it's active around your field, every morning you simply say, golden egg shield, 5G shield, act like, welcome. And you feel it and you say, thank you for your service, and you call it in. Please know quantum technology is different to human technology. Quantum technology is living technology. This beautiful shield is alive. It's got a consciousness, it's got a soul. And so we welcome this technology in and we co-create with it, and it works to, not allow these frequencies to, to transform the 5G and other frequencies into something else, so you're not receiving that interruption. I trust this is awesome. Let me know in the comments with a woohoo if you love it. And finally, I'm going to be gifting you all another beautiful gift. Gosh, this is so powerful. This is the Guardians. It's a beautiful ring of the quantum. Oh my God, it's so powerful. You stand inside of this ring. It's got 2 stone guardians on either side. And these are quantum guardians. And they literally do this, and they ensure that you are anchored and you are traveling through the higher realms of the quantum. Anything that's not of alignment to your soul signature frequency, to your soul frequency, to higher realms of existence is simply not welcomed. These guardians are so powerful. What they do, if there is something, like say for example, you know, maybe you get a little bit excited and you go and expand and you find yourself, you know, exploring the underworld a little bit and learning about some of the not so awesome things happening in lower realms of existence. You know, you learn about certain races and you learn about some stuff that's not friggin' rainbows and butterflies, right? Now, when you have these guardians every single day with you, I'm going to take you through the process, like I said, they activate, and literally what happens in the quantum is it's not just 2 anymore. The whole circle goes and it's all filled with these active guardians. This is a living technology, and they do not let anything inside of your field. Nothing is welcome into your realm. This is such powerful, amazing technology. I shared this with when this first came through, of course, I shared this with my clients. I shared this with my crew manager, who's also a client. And at first she says to me, look, honestly, Gabby, like, you know, when you first told me about the Guardians, my mind kind of went, okay, yep, sure. There's these big rock, you know, guardians in the quantum that are friggin' looking after me while I do my thing. And then she had this session, she'd booked a session in with a quantum healer, a really like full-on awesome activated quantum healer. And this woman would first go into her field to have a look at what's going on, do some work, and then get on a Zoom call with her to let her know what she saw and then continue doing work, right? This shortly after receiving this technology and activating these beautiful guardians and calling them in every single day to co-create with, she gets a message from this healer, I don't know, about an hour or so before her session. And she says, hey, I've got no access to you. There's these 2 huge guardians and they won't let me in. Can you please tell them that I have permission to come and do this work on you? And so Kelly's like, cool. And she instantly just tells the guardians, yep, this being is welcome. And part of it, and poof, she had instant access and was able to continue working on her. I share this with you because as we continue to ascend and evolve, we remember that the universe is vast, that everything exists. And we want to be a little bit intelligent, you know, with the way that we navigate the quantum, especially as we're all calling back so much memory. We're young in our consciousness around this journey compared to other races. And it's really beautiful to co-create with quantum technology, with these beautiful, you know, these beautiful technologies which are alive, you know, these that support us in this process. And so what we do is nice and simple. And I'm going to take you through this process right now. We activate our column of ascension. We activate our beautiful shielding, and we're not really activating the shielding or the guardians. We're simply welcoming them in because they are alive. So think of them like people, you know, like if they were a person, you'd be like, welcome, you know, like welcoming them into your day and thanking them for the co-creation. Does this resonate? And so, please take your right hand and place it over your heart and your left hand over that right hand. And breathing now in through your nose and out through your mouth, we're going to take 3 deep breaths into your heart field. With each breath, intend that your breath is expanding, activating more and more heart codes, more and more of your heart field. So, expanding the heart architecture. Keep breathing into your heart field. Preparing. Requesting a full heart activation. Unlocking more and deeper heart codes. Wonderful. And now from this place, sending a cord, an anchor cord from the base of your spine, from your tailbone, sending a beautiful red cord from the base of your spine, your tailbone, all the way down into the earth, going through the core of earth. And just before the cord is going to enter the very heart crystal of earth, intend in your internal asking and ask for guides, soul family, please support me in anchoring into the higher realms of Gaia. Say this with me. Guides, soul family, please support me in anchoring into the higher realms of Gaia so that I may hold more light, so that I may support the ascension of this planet. I thank you. And now see the cord go into the heart, the crystal heart of Gaia. Connect. Watch it. And now taking another deep breath into your heart. Breathe out. Another deep breath into the heart of Gaia, the higher realm heart of Gaia. And now breathing into your heart and Gaia's heart at the same time. Now sending a golden cord from the top of your head, your crown, all the way up into your quantum, all the way up into your soul star. Yep, you have a soul star, connecting with the soul star portal, which is the heart, the crystal heart of your soul star. Connecting right now into the crystal heart of your soul star. Expanding the architecture. Preparing the big breath. Breathing into the heart of your soul star. And now breathing into your heart, Gaia's heart, and your soul star heart at the same time. In and out. In and out. Seeing yourself, feeling yourself in a beautiful column, your column of ascension, your column of light. Adding in the seeing yourself, feeling yourself now in your own column. This is your column of ascension. This is You choosing to be anchored into this part of the universe, this path. And now from this place, allowing yourself now, installing the 5G golden egg, to now see and feel a golden grid, a golden egg all around you. This is a shielding. This shielding allows higher frequencies that match your soul frequency to enter your field, and it blocks frequencies of radiation and other from entering your field. Say welcome. This is a living quantum being that's come to serve and co-create. Welcome. And now filling with intention this whole egg with your soul frequency. Coding it with your soul frequency. So it knows exactly what frequency is welcome. And every morning you simply envision this golden egg around you and say welcome. And you fill it with your soul frequency and you say thank you. So now with your divine appreciation, simply say thank you for your service to this beautiful golden technology. This is higher realm technology. And now, from this place, calling in the stone guardians and seeing around you now a big, giant stone ring, 2 stone guardians of either side. Welcoming your stone guardians, welcoming your guardians, welcome guardians. And now placing within the massive, beautiful ring that you're in, anything you wish to. So for me, this is where I place the containers, the programs that I run, and I place the containers and the people that are working with me inside of this for them to always be held in this divine higher realm protection. I place my family, I place my dog, placing now within this beautiful ring anyone and anything that you wish to now place in. And asking the guardians now to also please serve to support all of this to be anchored into the highest realms, to be in the highest realms. Thank you. And say with me, thank you, guardians. Thank you for your service. And now, allowing yourself to experience them going side to side and scanning and clearing and clearing and cleaning right now. Clearing your field of that, of anything, any connection points are now able to release any strings of connection to the 3D connections to timelines that no longer serve, any beings that are no longer of service, and clearing the field, clearing the field. Thank you. Breathing into your heart field. And breathe out. And now, as you're here, I would like you to experience how quick this can be. Because, of course, you've got this recording and you can listen to this recording. Yet, ultimately, it is as simple as this, my friends. Breathe into your heart field with me right now. And breathe out. Send a red cord from the base of your spine into the center of Earth, and as it connects, ask, guide, soul fam, please support me in anchoring into the higher realms of earth. And now, send the cord into the higher realms, to the core of earth. Breathe into your heart. Breathe into the heart of earth. Breathe into your heart and the heart of earth. Sending a golden cord from the top of your head into your quantum, into the heart of your soul star. Breathe into the heart of your soul star. And out. Breathe into your soul star, your heart, and the heart of Gaia at the same time. And again, envision a light column around you, so you feel yourself in a column of light. And now, welcome in the golden egg technology. Feel the golden egg around you and say welcome. Thank you for your service. Now, see the two guardians around you, the ring of stone and the stone galactic guardians, and say welcome. Thank you for your service. And let them spin a little. Breathe into your heart and out. And simply come back. Open your eyes and notice how simple this is. Notice, how beautiful this is. Because ultimately this doesn't take long. It doesn't take long for us to choose, for us to intend. Sometimes when we're going through ascension and we're purging so much, we can actually get a little bit stuck in lower realms of existence during those healings, during those purges. And then you may not feel to do this. You may even find yourself in a place where I don't want to activate my column of ascension. And they're the times you want to choose even more. They're the times you're like, okay, this takes 2 minutes, and breathing into your heart field, breathing into the heart of higher realm Gaia, breathing into the heart of your soul star will reboot, calibrate, and support your integration as you continue ascending, evolving, expanding. And the more that we release in order for us to hold light, if it ever gets a bit intense, breathe into your heart slowly through your nose, out through your mouth. Allow yourself to support yourself this way. I trust this serves. I trust that you love your beautiful 5G shielding, and you love your beautiful guardian friends that are there to support you as you travel the quantum, to ensure that only that of the highest light is with you always. And I do ask you to remember, please, that we have choice. I ask you that at any given moment, please remember that there are higher realms of existence, that we truly, truly are on an ascension journey to have abundance and, and joy and love be our dominant frequency. And we get to simply enjoy and anchor into realities where that stuff is not happening. Haven't you noticed, wherever you may live in the world, I know for myself, I live in Australia. I don't live in a third world country, yet I'm very aware that there are other countries on this planet where different things happen. Even though those countries, the third world countries, are there as part of the, the shared reality, they're not my reality. And this is what I'd love to leave you with, that as we all travel and expand and evolve and ascend, and as we continue to collect more information, please tune in and ask your higher self, ask your soul, is this data, are these codes that are coming to me right now from the higher realms? Do I feel love, abundance? Do I feel empowered? Do I feel right now that I have more choice, more freedom, or do I feel contracted? Do I feel fear in my field? Allow this to guide us, because anything that contracts us, that, lowers our frequency, that has us forget who we are, and we are all powerful creators. We are all source. We're all fractals of source consciousness. We are God. And looking outside of ourselves, for safety and certainty is not who we are. Anything that contracts us is of lower realm frequency. And yes, of course, we can choose to go there and play there. And that doesn't mean it's the truth. There are all possibilities. And so if you hear people sharing information, please know it is not that truth. Regardless of if it's coming from higher realm or lower realm, please know that there is all possibilities. And we simply remember that we have choice to travel. And for me, it is this, I let go of righteousness. I let go of needing to be right when I discover some truths around certain parts of reality that aren't awesome. And I choose to create and recreate and I choose to create a whole new reality. Because when we do get exposed to some of the not so nice things that are happening in lower realities, we get to then create a new reality. We get to then sit and with our beautiful creation frequency, our life force energy, we get to dream a new reality into existence. We get to go, ooh, I wonder what's up there. I wonder what's beyond this. Ooh, I wonder what the 6D Earth looks like. Ooh, I wonder what the 7D Earth looks like. We get to start remembering that our imagination is the key to creation, that there's no such thing as imagination. Imagination is simply windows into the quantum. We're creating and we're experiencing what is there. Everything exists. Everything exists. Everything, everything, everything. There are beautiful unicorns out there, and there are also evil unicorns. Everything exists because everything exists. And so, my beautiful friends, it's been a pleasure and an honor. And I trust you've enjoyed this. I trust you love the gifts that have come from my soul family through this transmission. And I trust that you have been inspired to choose ascension, to choose holding more light, and to release that causes fear and scarcity and separation, and to shift more into even greater versions of oneness. Much love. And at this point, I'd love to call Jessie back if you're there. And yay. Hello, Mr. Jessie.
Hello. Wow. I literally just opened my eyes when I heard. I was still deep like 2 seconds ago. That was powerful. That was really, really powerful. Thank you so much. Such powerful technology. Really, really, really powerful. And I really want to say thank you because, I've been going through just as much of a growth and ascension this week as anyone else has. Really, and that was the first time I got to actually experience one of the activations without actually holding, being on screen, holding the space, with the facilitator. And it was exactly what I personally needed. And I feel it's probably the same for many other people, and that's the great thing about these, what you just did is it really takes you to that next level, like to a whole new level of energy, a whole new level of consciousness. And I felt, me personally, I was able to dissolve a lot of timelines through that session, which was holding me back in areas of my life. And I received the next codes of like what I'm going to be doing, and in this retreat as well. So I was like, wow, like you actually just like opened the portal for me to walk through that I'm going to be helping other people go through, so
I love that. That's where, this is where we anchor. You woke up in a whole new reality. We've all just woken up in a new reality. It's a new planet Earth. It's a new Earth. And that's where, in new Earth, all of a sudden, there's, we get called to change things, tweak things. It's like, ooh, okay, now I'm going to do this and this because you're in a different timeline, a different reality. It's a different you. We are literally blending with different versions of ourselves as we travel the quantum. I love this. So welcome, everybody, to new realities, myself included. Thank you for receiving, thank you all for receiving. And
it's amazing. Like when you go into these new levels of perception, you're really seeing through the new lens, right? It's a whole new filter right at the beginning. Brand new. It's like on Instagram, how you got different, on stories, they got the different filters. It's like that. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was amazing, and thank you. Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you too. And thanks for having me. And please do write in the comments, everybody, and tag me. I'd love to know your experiences, your biggest takeaways. Yeah, this wasn't multi-dimensional experience. There's many codes and templates settling into your fields now. And lots of love. Mwah.
Thank you, sister. And we're going to be back at 7:11 p.m. tonight. Livia's on next, and I feel like it's going to be just like another whole level. Honestly, today's been crazy, man. Like today's been next level, fam. I'm loving this. This is amazing.
New Earth Retreat 3.0. Woo! Imagine what 4.0 is going to be like. Woo-hoo.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, time to go ground.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you again, sis. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Ciao.
I trust you enjoyed that video, and there's plenty more where that video came from. And if you'd love to experience some of my trainings and activations, go to my website, gabbykowalski.com, and hit the resource button. There you'll have activations on abundance, evolution, multidimensional business, and you can also find out about my courses and programs. Remember to subscribe. Ciao.